You might remember I've been to this house before in the past where I did some great work in their kitchen and I showed it to them in, let's face it, an original way. But we're back now to do a radiator change. So look, what we're going to do in this video, I'm going to teach you how to change over a radiator. Peter is getting the paint ready because he's going to paint behind the old one quickly. Peter, what did you ask me a minute ago? He said, how easy would it be to paint behind the new radiator? It's a towel rail. Right, so here's the radiator here. Don't worry, I'll be taking the door off in a minute. It makes life a little bit easier. So what we're going to be putting in is a nice grey towel rail in here. The one thing you're going to notice first up about the pipework is, look, we're in 10 mil. We're going to have to find a way of, well, I don't know, I'm going to probably cut these off. We're going to run these over and then up to the new radiator. The old rad we've got on here is your standard single panel convector radiator. Now the problem is this wall has been painted, but as we know, when we take that radiator off, as Peter did ask, can you paint behind the new radiator? Obviously it's not ideal to do that. So when we get it off the wall, we're just going to give Peter 10 minutes just to give that a paint. So there's that. So the thing we've got to do when we understand a job is have a look around at the system. So let's go and have a look at the boiler. Oh, still in fashion, are they?
Yeah, well, they'll come back, won't they?
Right, so system, old school timer. In fact, I have filmed this all before. I haven't done this pipe work, but some of you may be able to comment below why this is a problem. And if you don't know why, then maybe you should sign up onto my Learn Plumbing Online course. We'll talk about that later. S-plan system, that goes down to the radiators. That one goes up to the tank up in the loft. But also it's pressurized, I believe. Yep, it's pressurised. Filling loop should be down in here. So it'll be nice and easy for us to fill it all up later on in the job. So that's the boiler. Let's find out where the tank is. Max, it's up in the loft. Really sorry, mate. So we've got unvented cylinder, standard one up here. What I might do to vent this off later on is slacken that nut off to let the air out. It's the sort of thing you don't want to touch, otherwise it's a quick trip. Out again, getting another automatic air vent. Who knows, maybe it'll work. Usually we look for drain offs now, but there's no drain offs here. I've looked at all the radiators. Usually you'd find a radiator drain off, especially by the front door. You'll have one there, or maybe a valve that's got a drain off integrated into it. But I can't find any. Now the boiler should have a drain off on it, but I wanted to show you this because it's very, very unusual. These houses have a thing that I call colloquially a squid, all right? And you'll be seeing that in a second. Well, actually, let's have a look at it now, shall we? It's down here. Can you imagine you open this up and there are steps down there? Imagine that. Help me. There. Right, here you go. Right, so nicely rubbed edge to the front, okay? All right, and here is the squid. So you've got your 28 mil in and out, as you can see, and then all the flows and returns come off this to every radiator in the house and then back again. It's a really, really simple way that back in the 70s they did quite a lot. Usually there's a blocker just here, right on there. So all your flows are the first two pipes that come out and all your returns are the second. But it doesn't really matter for this job because all we need to do is get this here and open up the drain down, okay? So we need to get that draining out of the front door and then we can get on with describing part 2 of this job, which is actually now draining down the heating system. Right, hose pipe numero uno. Do you ever like the hook I've made out of copper pipe? I made that. Chances of this undoing and then leaking are high, honestly. This is the bit of the job where you're like, I hope this works, because you've got like a morning's worth up to a day's worth. Max needs to go and see, what, you've seen your mum tonight, haven't you?
Mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law. Is she as fit as your mum? Right, so this bit is where it could all go very wrong, this job, but there's always a part of a job that's like that. I got an email from a guy I've never met before in Africa. He says he needs me to send him 10 grand so he can get access to his dollars American account and he can send me £1 million back. Straight away I sent it to him. I mean, that sounds like a great deal.
His email on it,
his name's Solomon. Why is it always Solomon? We've actually got water coming out. Good thing about these squids is you do get a drip off this, you can just let it drip into the trench, really. Right, let's go outside, make sure the hose isn't going over next door's car. Right, okay, cool. So now we've got to vent the radiators down. So we're letting the pressure out, the water's coming out of the system, but we also need to introduce air into the top of every one of these radiators because when we take that radiator off, we don't want that water to be above us. So we get ourselves a radiator bleed key, this little beast here. Yeah, and we drain a few of them, well, go around every one and we drain them all out. So, oh, Peter. painted it, Peter.
What?
So we've still got water above us at the moment. So when that happens, you've still got a bit of water coming out. And look at the colour of that as well. Let's put a bit of inhibitor in there. The other thing you've got to do, yeah, TRVs all need to be fully opened. We just need to start getting this to suck. So there we go. That's sucking now. Hear that? Sometimes when they're draining out really slowly and you're thinking, is there water actually being introduced to the radiator? What I do is go lick the top of my lip. And you can put your lip down near it, and then if it feels cold, you know it's actually letting air out and not sucking it in, all right? So you can use other parts of your body if you like, but I prefer the lip. I can't remember smoking on the water. Is it up now? Right, that one's done. That one's done. There's another one over there.
That one.
Is there one at the back of the living room?
Yes, there is.
Have you done that one?
No, I haven't. Because you had. Yeah, well, if I undo that.
That's the sound of draining. That one's done. This one in here, Pete. You done your bedroom?
No.
Which radiators have you bled?
Spain. I haven't bled in.
You haven't bled any.
Plumberparts, mate.
Hey! God, they're all draining out beautifully. Finally, this radiator. Now, this is the most important one we want to hear sucking because this is the one we're going to be taking off the wall in a few minutes' time. Sounds like my guts after a curry. After a lamb balti. What's your go-to curry?
I'd say balti as well. Maybe they're taking
It's not hot. I mean, some people are, you've got to have a hot curry.
Oh,
No, I want to taste it. I like a lamb balti and you can stuff the rest of it. Right, so doors off. Next thing we need to do is we're just going to slacken off 2 of those nuts. We should just give it another 10 minutes. Maybe we'll just have a coffee. Or maybe I could tell you all about learnplumbingonline.com.
Let me take 48 seconds to tell you that you can learn plumbing online in a fully structured course and curriculum designed by me from the comfort of your home or shed in your own time to improve your basic plumbing skills and knowledge. From the basics of how to use basic plumbing tools, how to turn the water off, how to join and bend copper pipe and waste pipe, to a fun skills test where you'll make your own test rig, which trainees and apprentices do at MBQ level. There's even a section on the top 5 plumbing jobs that I'll teach you along the way. You can ask questions in the discussion panel next to each lesson, plus get access to the Plumbing Essentials community where you can post pictures of your work and talk about the course and learn from your peers. So if you're a young person looking to get into the industry, an apprentice who wants to brush up their skills, a DIYer interested in plumbing, or even a handyman looking to add plumbing to their services, then look no further than learnplumbingonline.com with yours truly from Plumber Parts. Anyway, back to the video.
Right, so we've got a little trickle of water coming out still, but I'm confident we're almost down past radiator level now. So let's go inside. Ignore that. Let's see if this radiator's drained down. Right, so you just back this off a little. Oh, there's water there still. That's not what I wanted to see at all, son. Might be a long old drain off on here. Right, so what we're going to do, we're putting the TRV head back on, okay? And then we're going to shut this end, the lock shield end, and then hopefully that'll mean we don't get any more water into this radiator. And that means we can get it off the wall while still draining out water outside. We don't waste time by waiting for that because we can get the new radiator ready to go on the wall and get that hung up. Right, just doing this up now. So what I'm going to do is lift up, flip off, slacken off those 2 nuts there and get the radiator out of the way, but that's only if those 2 valves are holding, and we're only really going to find that out once we take it off. This could be a bad idea, but who knows? Oh, it's good news. It's looking good. There we go, and all the water now is at this end. So now I just slacken this end off, and I can just take this radiator off the wall and out of the way. Peter, you haven't painted behind the wall here. No, sir. Right, let's get this radiator out here. Now we take off old radiator brackets. So I'm not like this with all my customers. I know Pete very well. I was best man for his son-in-law, Danish, and he was privy to the best man speech you've ever seen. Just thinking he was going to want to paint behind that. What's wrong with him, boy? Well, we'll try and use the one that's open. Peter, you know the screws I just put in the dustpan and brush out in the garage?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I didn't mean to.
Shall I go and get them?
Yeah, after that, you can have a beer 52.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Cheers. Thanks.
No, no, Peter, say, oh, brilliant. I just love a beer 52, and they're a versatile range of beers. Seriously, say that. Oh, I'll fist myself. Go on, Peter.
After that, you can have a beer 52.
No, you say.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You say, oh, I love Beer 52 and their versatile range of beers.
I love B52.
Beer 50.
Beer 52 and their versatile range of beers.
Say it all together now.
I love B52.
Look at the camera.
I love B52.
Beer 52.
I love beer 52 beers, and I'll have one now.
Oh,
I love where you put it as well. It's exactly in the background. That's product placement right there.
I should just stab straight to the beer coming out. So before we get the radiator hung on the wall, let me just tell you about Beer 52, and Pete's here with us as well to enjoy some of their beautiful loveliness. Beer 52 is a subscription service where you sign up. Every month you'll get a load of beers come through your door, all picked by the guys at Beer 52. There was a time, I've been a member of Beer 52 for about 3 or 4 years. There was a time where some of them were mentally strong and almost barley wine. Now it seems like they've smoothed that out, and we've got so many different delicious beers. We've got Belfield here, 70 shilling, 4.1%, malty and dark. Should we have that, Pete?
That'll do nicely.
Come on then, Pete, take a seat. Look, you just get so many different types of beers. American Pale Ale that you wouldn't never have had before. Just look at it, guys. But also, along the way, you always get sent some lovely little pretzels or any old snack. It's not always pretzels. We've got love corn in here today, salt and vinegar, and some pretzels as well. And Max and I haven't eaten today, have we, Max? Max is looking forward to this bit because he loves a pretzel. Nicely poured my one, Pete. Yours is a bit.
Cheers.
But there are literally so many different beers, and it's very easy to get involved. Just click on the link in the description below. You'll be able to check out some lovely Beer 52 stuff. Don't even think about doing dry January. It is the most depressing month of the year. It's the worst month to go dry. It's the best month to carry on a healthy drinking habit. So check out our link below. You can stop doing it at any time as well. I've never stopped doing it. I love it. It's great. Beer's brilliant. Still got a bit of water coming out of here. Chain great, I must say. Oh well, while he's getting that, let's get some polyfiller in these holes. On you go. Ooh.
Cool, I love Beer 52 and their versatile range of beers.
That was actually really well.
Yeah, it was a good one.
That wasn't bad, was it?
That was
I love
yeah.
Look at that, see? That's why. Peter didn't agree with having to go and get that, but he now knows why. So I'm just going to see now, opening up this radiator valve here, if we've still got water there, and guess what we do? I imagine that's the same at that end as well, but for now we can still get this, we'll sort of get it to about here. I think we're going to want to keep that one there. Then I think I'm going to cut this here and we'll elbow up into the new radiator. We've got to let that dry a bit, so don't waste time. Best thing you can do is get the new radiator out and have a little look at it, get yourself acquainted with the brackets. Standard, so this is the reason why we actually want to paint behind it, is obviously the fact that, yeah. Pete, I can't believe you thought you were going to paint behind this radiator, mate. He was, weren't you? Max, I'm going to need my little Phillips head crosshead, little thing. I mean, look at me, I'm sat here.
Beer 52, you can't beat. B52, Beer 52, you can't beat them, can you?
They're great. It's over-egging the pud now, isn't it? The pud's being over-egged by Peter.
I'll have one now.
If you have got a towel rail like this one here, I recommend that you put the brackets as far apart as possible so then it can actually accept any towels that you fold over and put on it. So many people bring them in like that and then you've got like no room. And I always go far down to the bottom as I possibly can. We might find that our other holes that are already in the wall that are drying off at the moment, we might find they're in our way, but who knows. Right, I got the radiator done, nearly. Please not have any water in here. Come on. Oh yeah! There we go. See? We didn't waste our time there. And now, this should be drained out as well. Should be able to slacken that off. Sure. It's just nice to sort of do things the right way round, isn't it, Max? And I know that because of that, you've done it right.
Yeah.
There you go, mate. You get a bit of B-roll of Pete painting. Right, so look at that. You wouldn't even known that there was a radiator there. So
I wouldn't turn the heat up for you, but there ain't a radiator there, man.
there isn't, is there? You know what you might as well do? Kick your feet up and have...
Oh.
B52?
A B52. I can't say it. A B52.
Pressure. Oh, is that 8 mil? Cool. Rare. Okay, so let's get our pipework ready. I would love to cut all this out and chase it all into the wall and bring it all up in the right place, but we're not going to do that, I'm afraid. No, no, no. Oh, no. So we're going to cut this off, and then I'm going to do a real bit of naughty on this. So I don't have any straight couplings with me in 10 mil. So what we're going to do, we're going to swage this. I don't even have my swaging tool that will fit this, but you can swage with a little bit of patience and a screwdriver. So that's probably what we'll do on that. Just depends how thick the wall is on this copper pipe here. Really though, we've got to get the radiator up on the wall. Where do you want it? Just here, I guess, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to mark this up and drill it. Almost want to give it half an hour, don't you? Yeah, we just got to get that rad in here, mate, and just get it up on the walls. So what we'll do, we'll keep this edge as our radiator edge on here, okay? And then we'll pipe this up into that. So our radiator is going to go roughly here, pop it on the wall, press it up with your chest a little bit so it's there, get a little bubble across the top of that, make sure it's level, and from there you can draw and scribe round the two top brackets, get those drilled and put in, and then the bottom ones you just lay on, and then you can go on at the bottom. So let's get on with that now. Does that shock you, Max?
Yeah.
I did a bit. He went, oh. So I want this roughly here. Oh, I'm going to do it a slightly different way, just because I don't want to ruin his paint. That'll be handy. Open up my Bosch hammer. So we're giving all our actual radiator holder bit here, as they're well known. I'm just going to leave these so they stick out slightly out like that. All these little tips will come in very handy later on in the video. Right, pop that across the top, make sure we're still level. We are not, so one of these has got to move. And now the good thing about doing it like this is you can just then push on at the bottom and then just draw around where you want your brackets. So you don't have to do the long measurement, which can be a little bit out, you can struggle with it. Right, tops and bottoms. You usually have to just waggle these in a little bit of false. One there, and one there. There we go, we're in. So that's on now. Pretty much the hardest part of the job. No, it's not. The hardest part is just everything else that we got to do on this, basically, which is getting that pipework sorted out. So we nip these up, and that will stop our radiator coming off the wall. Tell you what, Pete, you've done a decent job here, boy. So now you can see why I put the screws where I did, because then you can get them like that, and you can get your screw handle. If you have them right directly underneath, cool. You've been sparing butt. You've been like sparing my phone. God damn. Right, okay, so now we are at this lovely stage of the job where we want to get our radiator valves basically set on, and we can do that with, it's over there, Max, behind you. As you all know, I work with X-Pro, and they make gripper lock. It's bloody great, especially for little jobs like this. It is great stuff. Now my mate, Matt, he actually smooths it in with his fingers now. Shows Matt is a bit weird. There's no requirement to sort of tighten it really mad or anything like that. Just give it a little rub off when you're done. Everyone loves the rub off. And that's it, that one is done. And just look, the difference, why I like this more than the other ones, it doesn't drip. Never, well, I'm not going to say it. Actually, I was going to say, I've never had a leak. No, I'm just going to run that in like that. There we go. X-Pro gripper lock. And also, all the tools that I've used in this video, you can also get in our Amazon store. And what tool have I not used yet, Max, that you know I love?
Spanners.
That's lovely self-setting adjustables. Right, so now we've got to try and get this swaged out. Now, usually just start off the bit of the ream out of the way, because as you know, Max, we like to ream. But first, also, I need to get some more 10 mil, so I've just got to go and get some of that out to run. So how these work, so there's our standard nut and olive for 15 mil. But if we want to reduce it to 10 mil within the valve, we just pop this in like that. Our 10 mil will go in there. Our nut will go over the back of that. And that all nips up in one go, nice and easily. But I will be using a little bit of jointing compound on there. But first we've got to cut some of this pipe back. It's funny, isn't it? I always wonder how long do people think, like, how long, when Peter was sat there earlier, how long do you think this was going to take? And I know we filmed it, which does mean it takes a little bit longer, but it does take time doing this sort of job. You know, you've got a lot to do. Right, so we've got that bit off. We've got to try and swage this out so it'll go inside that bit of pipe there. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, everybody? So you can get that in there. Oh, this might not be as fun as I thought it was going to be. Oh, this is called bodging, Max. Just so you know. Right, so this is all a bit of Heath, I'm afraid, guys, but sometimes you've got to be Heath. So we just close that up a little bit now. Are you scuds know what's up with your one tree? Here we go, moment of truth. A bit too hot. Cool, look at that. Don't zoom in. Oh, Max, if this works, I will literally buy a lottery ticket. Look at it. Is that, what's going on? Oh, it's running out. That's what's happening. That noise is solder hitting water at the bottom of the pipe. We've got to be real with the people, haven't we, Max? Right, we're going to have to put a compression coupling on here, which is just, I'm afraid, a sad part of life. That's just how it is. Pop a little bit of the old gunkage on there as well. Right, there we go. Just got to nipple this light up now. Fortunately, it's going to be behind a door for the rest of its life. I don't know, I just would love to have seen a nice straight coupling on there, but the nearest straight coupling in solder at the moment is about 15 miles away. And as we all know from the comments section on Mumsnet, most people don't want to pay plumbers to drive 30 miles solely for their job. So what we're going to do with this one, we're going to sweep it up with this bender here. That's going to sit in here. There is a bit of water in this for some unknown reason. So annoying when that sort of thing happens. I might even blow down it a bit. If I have it down here, guess what? Water comes out. Oh no, it's not anymore. Oh no, here it is. So good, isn't it? Right, so that's going to go in there like so. Are you scared, Max? Because I am. There's so much paint on this. It's more paint than anything else. Oh, it's got plastic on it. Oh, what is going on? Honestly, some jobs, don't you ever get the feeling they're just like, not today. The plum gods say no. This is not the best looking bit of work I've ever done. It's gone well wrong, isn't it? It's just the pipe work, Peter. I want it to look nice. It drives me nuts when it doesn't look nice. And also, look, we've drained the system out for ages, but there's still water here. A bit of munch. Why is there so much water coming out? And then we're just going to manhandle this in and nip it up. Tell you what, that's gone alright actually, isn't it? I'm all happy now. Cool, you know what I could have?
Beer 52 and their versatile range of beers.
Right, so beautiful bit of pipe work there, I think you'll all agree. So now we've got to fill the system up. We've got to take every air vent, shut them, shut the hose drain off valve up, but we do not wrap the hose up until the job is finished because of superstition. The plumber's superstition, never put the hose in until you know you haven't got any leaks or you know that you vented everything out and it's all working okay. And also I'll be able to show you using my Bosch thermal camera that's getting hot hopefully in a few minutes time. Baby's got blue skies up her. There's a bub in there. What did you have last night? Lamb bolty, Peter? Where did you get that?
Guess where?
Scottsdale's?
Yeah.
50 quid? Right, now we shut the drain off. God, the light's still working in here. Right, I'm just going to go very quickly and have a look in the garage here. Right, it's here. Right, so filling loop's here. So now we're filling. So now we're filling the heating system up. Where's Max gone? So we don't have any leaks, but we shouldn't do. And that is such a bad bit of pipe work there. That could cause trouble later on. The problem being is that is now placed and it's got a leak on it. It was only fitted a few months ago by whoever did this boiler. And look at it. But this now is a place where we could have airlocks. So a bit naughty. Right, so there is one bar in there. So now we're going to vent the radiators out. Can anyone tell that I'm just trying to get on with this job now? Can you tell, Max? I can tell. I can tell. Right, so check out for leaks. Now we're all good, girls. Get in. Not a successful job with plumber parts. As I'm sure you're aware, there weren't any troubles with whatsoever. So there we go guys, all done. The radiator is on now, and if I just show you the sensor calibration, look at that, lovely. If you'd enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy this one here. Remember to go and check out Beard 52 and also sign up to learnplumbingonline.com. Start that new year off perfect by getting yourself some plumbing knowledge in your brain. See you later. So there we go, all... Oh, I was going to fart. Peter, say Jim, you haven't been drinking them Beard 52s yet?
Have you been drinking them Beer 52s yet, mate?
No, God, he's a good actor, isn't he?